They're printing it off
notice.
their own printers.
Exactly, off their own software.
Mm.
So we know it's all a load of big scam.
Which to me has to be fraudulent. That in itself has to be, surely that has to be a criminal act.
Well,
You're
that it
pretending to be
is.
someone you're not.
It is. There needs to be a separation of powers. There needs to be somebody that's overseeing the council, so they're not just running their own show and issuing whatever they want and their own paperwork and all. And the bit of crucial evidence I was trying to get into the court was the proof that in 2003, the 1st of October, liability orders, or the Form A that was used to process to issue a liability order in court, had been removed from law, and it's never been replaced.
Mm.
So there is no official, legal, lawful way to issue a liability order, and that's been since 2003, and that was confirmed by Sean Jones from the Ministry of Justice in a Freedom of Information request, and I think it was as recent as 2023, and then another Freedom of Information request was put in to ask whether legal staff have been informed of this, and she basically said that yes, all legal staff were reminded of this in 2023. And I think there's something in that Freedom of Information request that basically says, but we can't monitor who's reading it, taking notice, etc., etc. But it was issued to everybody in 2023. So they can't plead ignorance. They can't say they didn't know. They can't say I'm
Have you?
just doing my job.
No. Have you tried a subject access request?
At the council.
Which
Yeah,
which is different, isn't it? It's not the same as a
yeah, that's
freedom
that
request.
that's the
It's the
personal stuff.
documentation one.
Yeah. Yes, I have. I probably need to do another one. I think that was quite some time ago. Because the bit I've missed out. So I issued a promissory note back in the first one was 2021, I think. Then I issued another one in early 2024. Then I met somebody else who piped up on one of my podcasts and basically said he'd got success with having promissory notes taken. So got in touch with him. He runs his own academy and started to take advice and legal knowledge from him. We we reissued a promissory note. This was before the August 14th court date, but we sent it to the receiving bank of, no, I'm not, I'm getting confused. Sorry, scrap that. That was something different. But my understanding is if you send a promissory note with the right certificate of service, with all of the compliance, which is, the banks need to be complying with Basel 4 now, but most of them don't. And in fact, I don't think any of them do. And various other compliance regulations. You send that promissory note to the receiving bank of the institution that you want to settle. So let's say Cov Council use, I don't know, Barclays Bank to receive in their funds. Then that's where the note goes to, obviously with all the relevant account details on, etc. And it's the bank's duty, regulated by compliance, to do what they're supposed to do. And if they but they don't, right? So they ignore it, they don't return it, they don't refuse it, etc., etc. So I'd issued a couple of promissory notes which completely got ignored, and then had the injunction thing. She refused, and she said, you've got grounds to have this annulled. And she didn't say you will get it annulled, but she then went on to say, but rest assured, Miss Clark, they'll come back after you. Even if you get it set aside this time, they want their money.
Mhm.
So I would recommend to you that you just pay your council tax.
Fear. So no, it's quite funny because I do remember a story a few years ago now where a bloke actually managed to get all his council tax from predated paid back into his account, which you would think, oh, that's a fantastic win, loads of money. But then they just added that onto the bill next year.
Yes.
So, they're crafty little bastards.
That's exactly what happened with me. And once you go over 5,000, then they've got a remedy for them is applying for bankruptcy. And I think the reason why they went straight to bankruptcy for me is because it was over two properties as well. I've got a rental property, which used to be a student property. and student properties are exempt from tax. And now it's not. And so, of course, they're hot on it, aren't they? And
I'm a
I'm like,
mosque.
yeah. And
I
I'm,
pay for
yeah, I
everything.
know, yeah.